Welcome, everybody. We are here today for this bonus episode of the My Data Guest. Here we are in Florence. So this is Florence, Italy. You can see all around. And it's Rosaria, Alessandro, and our guest of today, Fabrizio.
Thanks, Rosaria. Thanks, Alessandro, for having me today with this beautiful view of Florence on a sunny day. And I'm here for you.
So Fabrizio has helped us putting together the logo of the My Data Guest and the whole rebranding philosophy of the My Data Guest. So today we wanted to discover how easy it was, what was the whole concept behind that, if he actually took in the advices, the request that we asked, or if he just did what he wanted to do and we did like it. It happened that we really liked. So okay. This is today.
Yeah, so thank you again. Actually, I had not a specific requests about specific parts of the logo. Alessandro just told me, give me some inputs on the project, but he let me navigate through my ideas and propose one of my concepts. There were some reviews during the process. Because Alessandro has a strong mindset, strong ideas, but at the end of the day, I guess that I did a good job. Yeah.
So you said there were no requests. I actually had to request, so maybe they didn't make it to you.
That's not my business now. I'm joking.
My two requests, they were the yellow color, the orange yellow color, because I used to do this podcast with Naim, and Naim had this orange yellow color. And then the other one was something that reminded of the AI, because we wanted to expand the podcast from data science to AI.
Yeah, actually I received these requests. So I tried to put together the ideas of AI, but also recalling the guest part. So I put something that called the guest via the door, for example. No? So I try to combine these ideas in minimal logos, because I guess that from my perspective, the logos has to have not so many details, but they have to quickly recall what's inside the logo, which are the concepts related to the logo, so the project. Thinking about the AI, I thought of networks for neural networks, but also relationships between people. And then from the door, one of the dots of these networks, one of the nodes is related to the door. So the guest.
Door. Yeah, I didn't see the handle to the door, but then somebody told me, these things that you cannot unsee anymore. And now I see that there is a neural network that becomes a door, that there is one of the nodes of the neural networks of the neurons that becomes the handle of the door.
Yeah, correct.
And I guess it opens your horizon on what you can do with the AI.
Exactly. Yeah, that was my idea also, yes. So you interpret it correctly.
So you said you are not a graphic designer. So
yes, correct. I'm a data engineer. I work for a consulting company. I have now few years of experience, mainly based on, as I said, data engineering projects, mostly related to data migration on the cloud, from on-premises infrastructure and architecture to the cloud. So I had different companies of different markets through these processes of moving databases and all the pipelines from their previous infrastructure to the cloud.
So you missed your chance to become a graphic designer.
Yeah, I guess that I missed more than once of my chances, because actually my main hobby is my main passion actually is the guitar. So I like and I guess that I have a part of myself which is mostly artistic, let me say, creative. So both graphic design and music let me unleash this creativity, and I hope so. And it's something that helped me to be more relaxed. It helps me also my mental health in some ways. So I guess that's good to have this kind of passion, and graphic design is one of them.
So still in the logo, there was this orange that I requested, and then there was some blue added. Yeah. So how did you come up with the blue?
I came up actually just mainly because I guess that the combination, the mix of two colors is good, because I read somewhere the relationship between the colors. There are some combination of colors which are more useful and they give more emotions, for example. There is a combination of colors which, for example, gives a relaxing emotion, etc. So I thought that that kind of blue could be a good mix with the orange.
So the kind of blue is relaxing.
The kind of,
Which one is relaxing, the orange or the blue?
Probably, I guess the combination, actually more the orange than the blue, but also the combination of them gives the sensation of a relax. And kind of blue, I guess that is also a really good jazz album. So I suggest to listen.
Okay. So what was the input by Alessandro?
Okay, not so clear. Just few words from Alessandro, as always. I know him since more than 10 years, I would say now. He told me, okay, Fritz, because he called me Fritz. Okay, Fritz, I have a new project that is starting now with Rosaria regarding data science and AI. It is called My Data Guest. We want to keep the colors based on the colors that you used on the previous logos related to AIM. It is not only not be only a podcast, because there will be more. So with these inputs, I try to avoid using the most common ideas for podcasts. So microphones, for example, or something like that, because of the input of Alessandro, because he told me that there will be not only a podcast, but a set of ideas, of different ideas. Yeah, that's basically it. So I started with a first idea, a first draft, actually, which was pretty different from the final result, because he had a chart, a bar chart, but Alessandro didn't like it. So I thought, okay, let me just change everything, and I revisited everything. And the second draft seemed to be the right path.
So how many iterations did it take?
Not so much, not so many, sorry, but yeah, I guess that I worked on it couple of weeks, but yeah, I would say 4 or 5 iterations. Okay. But the last one's just on the test, because the second idea surprised Ale. Yeah, okay. Surprised.
It's hard to surprise Alex.
Yeah, but I know him well, so I know how to surprise him, actually.
So from my point of view, I sent him the first one and he said he didn't like it. But that's usually my strategy, because I'm not a graphic person at all. So I prepare something, then people don't like it, and then they make their own. It's much better, and then it's done very, very fast. If I don't do my first one that people don't like, then it takes forever, because people don't know how to start the thinking process. So from my point of view, I sent this one, and then I waited a bit, and then he came back with something, and I liked it immediately. It had all
Glad to hear that.
All the parts that I wanted it to have, and it was intriguing. So I definitely was a nice surprise.
Yeah, I guess
didn't have anything to complain about.
Yeah, sure. I guess that there's always space for improvements, obviously, but I guess that that's a good start, and yeah, that's it.
When I sent the first draft to Rosaria, she was 100% happy, and was also surprised, because there were so many nice elements. And the nice thing about the process was that, because I heard all the things, I mean, I was shooting the video, so I heard all the questions and answers you gave to Rosaria. And the nice thing about creating the logo together with you was that I didn't know how to answer your questions. When you were like, which colors do you want to use? Which, I don't know, like, which shapes do you like? I didn't know. I was like, just come up with something, and if I feel that I like it, is the right one. So how do you deal with people like this?
So yeah, actually, let me say this. I was worried about you, but because I didn't know, I didn't met Rosaria yet when I started to work on the logos. And I also think that if you don't have any ideas about your logo, that's probably a bad request, because you don't have inputs for me. So it is difficult to find something that, yeah. But I realized that I surprised you with my second proposal, and yeah, I was lucky.
We're using the logo in different ways, more than the ways we had, the intended ways we had in mind at the beginning, because at some point we started taking some elements out from the logo, like the text. We use them in the website. So I think it's working out pretty well. And it's also nice that we're talking about a logo. This is a data science podcast. This is a data science Substack community, but we're talking about design, and I know nothing about design.
I am happy that we are recording all your words, because it's not so easy to have your compliments.
No,
Yeah, that's true.
That's not true, because it's the first logo you're creating.
People have to know.
We will cut this part.
Okay, no problem. But I had to say it. When you identify the logo as the idea, it is not so difficult to adapt it to the different website or different format, and shapes and sizes, etc. Because you have clear starting point.
I also heard you said that at some point I wasn't happy with the bar chart idea. Now, since we talk about AI, and AI is a placeholder for so many technologies, it's really complicated to say, okay, now we take a new logo, we create a new logo, and we associate it to a data science element or a visual element that is coming from data analytics or something maybe that belongs to deep learning. We have this kind of picture that recalls neural networks, but I think probably this is the only constraint that I had in my mind, was not to use any elements that is recalling data analytics, data science, because we were like, okay, AI is a placeholder is an umbrella for so many different technologies, that I don't want to kind of have something that recalls only one part of data science or AI. So I think this does the job. I like the idea of the door. We were discussing that a lot. Like, okay, do you think we can open the door? Does it look like a door? And of course he said,
I had to call an architect to be sure that that door can be closed.
Yeah, so that was probably the right call. I love the idea that we're not using only one element from data science. None of the elements that I've seen in other podcasts, like these microphones or headphones, things like this. I really like the ideas, and I think it suits very well the fact that we're using it for the Substack community, not just as a logo for Spotify.
When you told me that you didn't like the first draft with the chart, because you then explained me why, I understood that the idea of a network could be a good idea. Also because of the matching between the network, as I said before, between the neural networks or the AI and the people, the relationships and the connection between the people, which are also the guests of my data guests.
Yeah, exactly. The challenges about creating the logo were mostly coming from the fact that we didn't know also how to shape the new My Data Guest. We had many ideas, and we still have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of people in the pipeline for being our next guest. So we were also struggling, like trying to find the new shape of the My Data Guest. So now we're like, okay, we have an idea. I think the logo is perfect. And if something goes wrong, we will call you back.
So I wanted to tell you the story that at some point I wanted to use this new logo to post it on social media. And I wanted people to compare two versions so that I could, we could choose the best one. You were on vacation, so I didn't know how to change the logo. So I asked ChatGPT to change the colors of the logo, and then I put the two versions to compare. So I asked ChatGPT, can you please change the logo? I would like to have these different colors, something more on the green side, something more, I don't remember what else. So he did it. Okay, it worked fantastically. And then he asked me, can I improve your logo? I said, improve the logo, that arrogance. Okay. He started thinking, asking questions, thinking. And then he came out with all the lines in orange on one side, all the lines in blue on the other side. And then he made a little house with the orange lines and a little house with the blue lines. And that was it. It was like a drawing of a 7-year-old. And then I remembered what the teacher of my kids in school used to say, that we should always encourage the kids when they do something, when they put effort into building something. And then I said, okay, very good job. Now let's stop here for today. Good job.
And let's work on the Fabrizio's logos.
Exactly.
Thank you for that.
Never published that post.
Okay, thank you for that.
How was this experience for you? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Collaboration?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot because, as I said before, I like to challenge my creativity. I guess that the graphic design is something where you can put a lot of creativity, because everyone can see the same thing on a different abstraction. so I can describe something differently from your perspective or point of view. So it is good for me to give my understanding of a concept, of an idea. Yeah, that's good. I enjoyed this part, and thank you for the opportunity.
So you would do it again?
Probably, yes. Maybe not for Alessandro, but if you ask me, I'll be glad to do that.
I will do that. Okay.
Yeah,
We will see. We will do
Okay,
that.
okay. We'll see in the future.
I enjoyed the collaboration. It was the smoothest graphic creation I ever had in my career.
I'm happy with that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Do you have some questions for Fabrizio? No, no questions.
Actually, I don't have questions for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.